Okay, welcome to the entire phase titled Active Masculinity. This is very important because what you will understand as this unfolds throughout this entire program is that without understanding this, okay, the elements of active masculinity, and specifically as we dive in, what you're really going to notice with this is truly mastering the ability to have the correct masculine to feminine, okay, dynamic. Now, if you cannot master the masculine to feminine dynamic with your tone of voice, with your energy, with your words, and how you are basically exerting your will into a situation or penetrating the social dynamic, it is impossible to demonstrate a discrepancy in sexual market value. Say this with me one more time. If you do not understand how to demonstrate active masculinity and what active masculinity is, it is impossible to demonstrate the one thing that matters, which is a discrepancy in sexual market value. The way you show the discrepancy in sexual market value is by understanding these concepts. Now, keep in mind, these next two phases of active masculinity, this is part one, and then we're going to get into part two. This is going to be long, okay? There is going to be a lot of psychological principles I need you to start to adapt before we get to the process. So notice, when it comes to learning and understanding the language of women, we have still not yet came to the process. And the reason being is because we are still unlearning old habits and we are implementing new beliefs. The element of active masculinity is a new belief that I need you to implement, especially after our past phase when it comes to deprogramming. What we're doing, okay, or what I'm doing, or what I'm trying to help you do, is we are deprogramming the old false information or the old elements of limiting beliefs that have held you back and kept you a slave. And what we're doing is we are now starting to implement new beliefs, new mindset principles, so that way you are virtually a new man, or a man who actually understands masculinity principles better. Once we have done this, okay, so imagine, here's how I'm going to give this analogy. Imagine you need to break a glass window. What you need is you need a brick, okay? The brick cannot be soft, okay? If you throw the brick through the window, even if you throw it lightly, it's still going to shatter that glass, okay? That is actively penetrating, that is active masculinity. Now, what happens if you throw a piece of toilet paper at the glass? It does not matter how hard you whip that toilet paper, it will not shatter. Why? Because it has not been it's not hard enough, okay? What we're doing is we are taking you from your old self, which probably was not the right way of speaking to women, the way of having the right communication to women, the way of having the right energy to women. We are erasing some of those things that were not necessarily penetrating the social environment the right way, or that was the right way to work words specifically, so that way you can understand the language of women. And we are now implementing the brick. The brick is able to penetrate. This is the key to active masculinity. So as you go through this, this will make more sense, but the reason why I'm telling you that this is so drastically important is because if you do not understand this concept, mentally and psychologically, if you don't start to embody this almost persona, it is impossible to demonstrate the sexual market value discrepancy. And if you do not demonstrate the sexual market value discrepancy, she cannot feel attraction. It is impossible. So this is the intro. We will dive in step by step.